Hey there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Tiffany here from EcoHealth, and I'm so excited. I have a patient testimony for you. So I'd like to introduce you to Katie. Katie has been working with me. She finished my 12-week program, and she's actually from out of town, and she's an acupuncturist. We've been working virtually, and it's just been awesome. I'm so excited for the progress that she's made. So Katie, thank you for being here, and just go ahead and tell everybody like what made you make that phone call? What were you going through that you were like, oh, I need some help. I need to reach out to somebody in the naturopathic and functional medicine world.
Well, I thought I was, generally a healthy person, but I've been having some issues. I've had a lumpectomy, and it made me nervous because the doctor had, you know, after that procedure had said that I was in the percentile of reoccurring, potentially having breast cancer in the future. I've also had repeated PAPs every year. With HPV positive, along with some suspicious cells, and it kept coming back suspicious and having to go for a colposcopy. And this has been for the last maybe 5, 6 years. Previous to that, though, it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks because I was living in Charleston. And the only time that it was negative was when I was working with you. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, I think I need Tiffany. So that was basically the main reason that I came back. I mean, I also have some gallbladder issues. I found out after a trip to Nepal. I had gotten sick while I was hiking out there that I have gallstones, but it wasn't until I came back that I had a full-blown gallbladder attack. And I wanted to see if I could do something more natural than to have my gallbladder removed. I'm practitioner of acupuncture, and I was hoping to do things a little bit more holistically than having that taken away.
Yes, and we did.
Yeah, we did. We
It's been
sure did.
awesome.
Yeah, I have had zero pain since we started the program. I've had zero pain from the gallbladder, which is extremely rare because I would get it on occasion, probably every few weeks. Um, Zero pain. Um, Breast health, knock on wood, has been, you know, good, pretty toeing the line. And then you and I have been working on hopefully turning things around. With the next PAP. I literally just had another PAP just to test. We had done some suppositories, we had done, some supplements, and I'm hoping that, with the results, we don't have to, we'll come back negative.
Yes, that is the goal. And you've done so much. And, just so if anybody's new out there and listening to this testimony, she did my 12-week program where it really is a deep dive into getting her body back in optimal as it can be. So we were correcting nutritional deficiencies. We were correcting some inflammation that was high in the body. We're fixing adrenal fatigue. Let's talk about that just for a second. Like when you came and just the exhaustion and your immune system. So I
Yeah.
think to me in my world, that's been such a remarkable improvement. So mind commenting on that?
Yeah, and there was a time I was actually a little nervous. I was slurring my words, and I was very nervous that I had a stroke, some sort of TIA. Everything came back normal, and I was like, "There's something wrong. Like, why am I'm so exhausted. Why am I slurring my words this badly, though?" So we've reversed that. I haven't had any moments of slurring at all, like since we started.
Well, and to me, that's the exhaustion and the adrenal fatigue, because it happened when you were really, really tired. And, for people out there, the adrenal fatigue can hit people differently, symptomatically differently, but that's kind of a big one where it was just this brain fog and the slurring. It's kind of common.
Yeah. Yeah, it made me very nervous, but I haven't had any more instances of it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, which made me nervous because I'm in front of people all day and I want them to think that I'm, capable of putting needles in them and not
Yeah.
thinking that I'm like, under the influence. So,
Well, and I think a couple other things, just looking through the chart notes of where you started, you couldn't gain weight. And with gut symptoms, with your gallbladder history, with having this adrenal fatigue, it's like your body's kind of in this survival mode. So usually I have most of my patients, they want to lose weight, but for you over here, and it is a thing I do see with some patients, they have problems gaining weight and maintaining weight. And it's just because their body's over here very depleted and the metabolism's totally kind of thrown off. So, talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I also have Meniere's disease, which is a, um, a syndrome that occurs in the inner ear, basically makes you dizzy and vertigo attacks. And I had that at the beginning of COVID. So, like, I'd say probably 2020, spring of 2020. And when that happens, obviously, the last thing you want to do is eat. So I had dropped a ton of weight, at least about 10 pounds. And for me, I'm a thin person, so that's a lot. So I have not been able, and I can eat. I know some people don't want to hear that, but I can eat. And nothing was helping me gain that weight back. I looked very skeletal. And I'm happy to say I saw the doctor last week and I'm back to my goal weight.
Yay. And that makes me so happy because that's
Yeah,
when we can get you kind of out of that survival mode, get you back to where your body's able to kind of hold on to some reserves and you're not just over here constantly depleted. So
yeah,
that's how we heal the body. So that tells me metabolically, we've made a really big change and that your body's doing the right things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's been great. I couldn't believe it. I got on this scale. I'm like, oh my God, I'm back to my goal weight.
I know. And one really funny thing for you, I don't know if you remember in the beginning, I made a note here, like hate swallowing pills and capsules. And so
I'm a
I'm like,
champ at it
okay,
now.
yeah,
I'm a
I'm like,
champ.
no problem. I got powders, I got liquids, like we can mix stuff together. You can put it in applesauce and yogurt, and it's medicine. We got to get it in you. So we did chewables. Like I had you kind of on some of the children's doses, like with some of the things in the beginning. But now you're like, I got this.
Doesn't phase me at all.
Give me the
And I'm
capsule.
actually taking more than one tablet at a time too, which I never thought I would be able to do.
I know, you're so grown up. It's so awesome. Well, I mean, I get it. The goal is not to give people a ton of capsules and just to be over here, but it's like medicine. You have to look at it like medicine. Your body needs, they're called cofactors. There's certain vitamins and minerals that work on metabolic pathways, that work on neurotransmitters, that help your hormones, that decrease inflammation. Like we have to get them in you to get a change if we're going to reverse a chronic issue, which we have. I mean, the gallstones, the whole gallbladder disease, the breast health, the hopefully fingers crossed, the PAP comes back with the any kind of viral issues that could be presenting they're going to be gone. Your immune system, I mean, remember how sick you were with that's improved. I mean, you've just come such a long way, reversing the adrenal fatigue. You're now gaining weight, so it's such a testament just to like what this program does and how life-changing it is. And I just love that I've been able to help you, and now here you as an acupuncturist, you're able to show up at work better, serve people better, and it's just going to trickle on.
Yeah. Well, I've also referred a couple patients your way too. So it just goes to show, I mean, I'm up here in Massachusetts and I've got patients around here as well. And I know I can refer them to you
Yeah.
despite being, a few hundred miles away.
We do a lot of virtual consults. So I've helped a lot of people, including one of your family members who I've never
Yep.
even like met in person. You had to send me a
My
picture because I'm
mom.
like, I've been talking to her for years on the phone. And she's
Yep.
like the best patient. She does everything that I say. And like she's
Yep.
just a phone call away. And when, I feel like I've really been able to help her a lot. But I'm like, what does she look like? It was so awesome to finally put a face to a name.
Yeah. 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 She loves it. She marks it on the calendar. I see it on the calendar every month.
Yeah. That's so awesome. Well,
Phone call.
this has been awesome. Thank you for your time doing this testimony. I think people out there just want to know, how, first of all, they're going to resonate with some of your symptoms and like, how did she work together and how does it work? I mean, would you say the program's hard? What would
No,
be your feedback
not at
on?
all. No, not at all. Like we discuss what's going to happen. We have our phone calls in the beginning, like weekly phone calls. We go over everything. Um, you basically say this is what we're going to do. You give me the option if you want to order the supplements for me, or if I order them, they arrive at my doorstep. I get the chart. telling me when to take it, how many to take, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And then the
And I
diet.
do it virtually. So, you would think it'd be more difficult because I'm not like in front of you face to face, but it's a breeze.
Well, we try to make it easy and simple, but then too, you made a couple diet changes. So was that easy, hard? I mean, most people think like, oh, she's going to make me like not eat anything and I'm going to have to be like, just eat plants and vegetables. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not, we're not that, like life happens, like you're going to eat. But what would you say? Because you did make some diet changes. It's a big piece of,
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I have, like I said, I have Meniere's, so I watch my salt intake. I watch my alcohol intake. Um, there's certain things caffeine intake. So for me, like changing things up, it's not a big deal, like, and as a Chinese medicine practitioner, dairy is like the worst thing you can put into your body, besides sugar.
yeah,
So that those things I wasn't really eating anyway, or I thought I wasn't at least until we did the blood test.
yeah.
But now no, it's not. It's for me, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I think too, most people out there, they do eat bread and cheese and a lot of and pastas and, so I tell people don't freak out. We're not going to take you off all of that. We're going to start very slow. We start every other day. Like we give you kind of a plan on how to do
Yeah.
it. We don't cold turkey people. It's really hard for them to do that. And it's usually not that successful. Every now and then I have a patient that's just like all in, they walk out the door and they're like right into my diet plan. But for the most part, we ease them into it while we're waiting for labs and stuff to come back. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
Yeah.
this has been awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing. It really, people watch this, they'll resonate, and then you're going to help a ton more people. So thank you for
you.
your time. And if anybody in Massachusetts needs a acupuncturist, they know where to find you too.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Yay. All right. Thanks so much. We'll be in touch. And if anybody
Okay,
out
sounds good.
there wants more information, I guess I should wrap it up at the end. I forgot I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. So anybody out there, if you do want to learn more about my program, you can go to my website and then you can actually schedule a call and speak with our patient coordinator, Janelle or Lindsay, or you can just shoot an email to info@EcoHealth Wellness and someone will get back to you. We can teach you all about our program and how it works. So thank you for listening. Take care. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.